In Austin, 2 legislative hearings into last week's widespread power outages are still taking place. This is day number 2. Among those who testified today, the CEO of Encore Electric Delivery, our political reporter Jack Fink, in our CBSN's DFW studio tonight with what he had to say in testimony today. Jack?
Well, Doug, Encore CEO explained why they couldn't conduct rolling outages as they had hoped and discussed whose lights stayed on. There was also more finger pointing at ERCOT.
I want to state that I completely understand the outrage and the anger of all Texans.
Encore Electric Delivery CEO Alan Nye testified when the first winter storm blew across Texas overnight, February 15th, they kept hearing from the state's electric grid operator, ERCOT. They had to cut off more power to their customers to prevent a catastrophic blackout.
We were in 0.02% of tripping the last safety blanket this state has.
Nye said initially their intention was to do rolling outages for 15 minutes on, 30 minutes off. But he said that was impossible because power plant operators kept going offline and there wasn't enough supply to meet the demand.
We had no idea when or if generation was going to return.
Nye said the company should have done a better job communicating with customers why many of them had to stay in the dark for a prolonged period of time. He also told lawmakers why the lights stayed on for about 40% of their customers.
If you happen to live on a feeder which also goes to a hospital, or if you happen to live on a feeder that goes to a 911 call center, then you also are not rotated.
As we've reported, natural gas processors lost power in the field, making it impossible to deliver natural gas to power plants in need of fuel to operate. The chair of the Railroad Commission of Texas, which oversees the gas industry, said ERCOT didn't realize what was happening.
When I say there's lack of communication from ERCOT, they didn't understand that they needed a continuous gas flow to be able to continue to put gas into power plants.
During the event, we added 168 new gas critical facilities. We turned them all on immediately, and we kept them on the entire time.
Bottom line, Nye told lawmakers that his and other transmission companies, power plant operators, and the gas industry must do a better job developing a critical infrastructure list to follow. Doug?
Jack, thanks for taking us inside. Drive for the